Hey guys, it's me, Charisse. I decided to record a video of my presentation for The Horn. I had to watch the season premiere, and they have some episodes after that. They already made it to episode 6, but I'm mainly just going to talk about the first episode. So, The Horn is about Air Zermatt, which is the best aerial search and rescue team ever, kind of. And they basically rescue people who tried to climb the Matterhorn, which is in the Swiss mountains. They basically try to rescue as many people as they can that have fallen or gotten injured on there. So basically their rescue team is made up of 3 people, which is the pilot, the doctor, and the paramedic. And in the first episode they kind of got into detail with the family lives and the backgrounds of the people. So the doctor's name was Axel. The paramedic's name was I can't remember right now. I have some notes actually. Patrick. And Simon was a mountain rescuer, and he's on duty all the time, and he's the world's best climber. But basically the episode starts by them getting a call about a guy that fell into the crevasse, and it's basically just a really big trench that this guy had accidentally fallen into, and his friends called for help because it's really deep and really small, so it's hard for people to get down there. And what's so dangerous about the crevasse is people will fall in there, and if no one really seen the exact point at which you fell, they're probably not going to find you at all, just because it's so deep and so wide all around. It's hard to find people, especially from an aerial view. So you can't breathe that well because of the pressure of how far you are down, and your body heat melts the ice, so you just continue to sink further and further down the crevasse. So that's why the rescue team was trying to move really fast to help save this guy. And most people on the mountain die from hypothermia, but this guy had fallen, so he's going to be dealing with issues of him falling and the injuries he sustained from that, and then also him being cold and not being able to breathe and stuff. They kind of did a few cuts in the show just to talk about other rescues they have done and kind of what inspired them to be involved with this rescue team. Patrick, seeing his brother almost drown when he was younger kind of made him want to be a rescuer for people in the Swiss mountains. So fast forward to the part where they're rescuing the guy. They took a team on the elevator. They were all moving really fast. It's kind of firefighters, how when they get the call they all have to put on their gear and rush to the truck. That's kind of what they were doing, just with the helicopter. And they got to the spot, and the friends of the guy who fell were there. They were all freaking out, and so their first step was to remove the friends from the situation, because they say that the friends and the family, whoever's there makes the situation 20 times worse. So they got to the site, removed the friends, and then started calling down the crevice, whatever, to see where the guy had fallen exactly, and if they could hear him or if he was conscious. And then they heard a lot of moaning and groaning, and this guy kind of yelling for help, and the climber just kind of plunged down. And their main rescue tool is a tripod that they set up, and then they attach the rescuer to a rope and send him down with another rope to get the other guy up. And it was really cool watching this because they put body cameras on the people, so it felt like you were actually there and like diving in with them. So like the visuals were really great and everything just felt super real, and it was all in HD, so you just really felt like you were right there. Like the best way I can describe this show is probably like Grey's Anatomy on a mountain with less drama and less doctors hooking up with each other. But so they were working to pull the guy up, and they were like asking him, you know, if he could identify what was wrong, but he had plunged 30 feet under the ground, so he was basically near death. It was like surprising that he was even conscious, kind of, at that point. But they managed to pull him up, and that was like all really intense. And they were waiting on like the doctor to get there as well. So the doctor was like flying it on the helicopter, and then like they were pulling him up and like asking if the doctor's ready. And then while all that's happening, it's just like you're kind of in the moment because like you're watching from their body cameras. So it's like super nerve-wracking. And they weren't sure if he was gonna make it, and they try not to like make any promises because a lot of people don't make it. But they pulled him up, put him on a stretcher, put him in like a bag just to keep him warm, and they stopped at the base, gave him anesthesia, gave him painkillers, and put a lot of thermal blankets and stuff on him to prevent further hypothermia, and then they airlifted him to the hospital. And then it just kind of like fast forwards, and then it says 3 months later, and it shows the guy that they rescued in that crevice coming back and basically thanking them for rescuing him and saying how like he doesn't remember, you know, anything besides like stepping and losing his footing, and then the next thing he knew, he woke up in a hospital. But he was basically saying how, you know, the teamwork that they had that day, and just like their work really helped him get the treatment he needed on time so that he could survive. And I actually wrote a few takeaways from this show. They said that trust and teamwork is what makes their mission successful, and working together makes them a big family. And the guys are all really passionate about what they do, and they don't really look for thank yous, but they always love to hear back from the people they rescued. And yeah, it was really intense. I didn't expect to like it, but it was pretty good. And they also have 6 episodes out as of now, so, and it's all dealing with different rescues. So yeah, it's basically like another Grey's Anatomy, like I said, so I'll probably definitely be keeping up with it. But yeah, that's all I have. You guys should watch it. I liked it. Bye.